Hey everyone, in today's video I want to go ahead and talk about the current status of premiums in the silver market. Right now I think that it's a good time, if you don't have a lot of 90%, to go ahead and get some 90% silver, and I'm going to tell you why. So about a year and a half ago I wasn't really buying much 90% silver. I think before this calendar year it represented an extremely small percentage of my stack, but in the last 8 or 9 months I have built it up to roughly 10% of my stack, and that's because the premiums are very good right now relative to the 999 silver. So 90% silver, pretty consistently at the coin store where I live, it's selling for between $3 and $5 an ounce back of spot, whereas they're selling 999 silver for 4, 5, sometimes more, $6 an ounce over spot. And so if you can get the 90% silver for $7, $8, $9, $10 per ounce less than the 999 silver, I think it's a good time to be slowly adding some of that to your stack, diversifying a little bit, because not too long ago, a year and a half ago, when silver was $30, $35 an ounce, this stuff was selling for basically the same premium as the 999 fine. And if you have a long-term horizon, I think there will come a time soon where that might be the case again, and you're buying it for 10 or even 15% less right now than the premiums on the 999 fine. So something to think about. The risk of it is that dealers are not paying very much for this right now because the refineries aren't taking it or not paying for it. And so if you have a short-term horizon, you don't want too much of your stack to be this stuff, because then if you need to sell some, you're going to take a real beating. But if, I have 10% of my stack in this 90%, I'm in a situation now where even if I did need to sell some silver, I can sell plenty of silver without having to touching this stuff. And I think that at some point, I can't tell you if it's going to be 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, there'll come a time when the premiums, I think, will return at some point, and you're going to get a much better value, and you're going to someday be able to sell this stuff for very similar to what you can sell 999 fine, and you can pay $7 or $8, $10 an ounce less per ounce than 999 fine right now. So I think it's a good time to be mixing in some of this. And then we got the Morgan and the Peace dollars. Morgan dollar, we got a Peace dollar. So I'm up to 9 of these. Before 8 or 9 months ago, I literally never once in my life bought these, because I don't know if you're new to stacking, but if you are, when silver was $28 an ounce, $30 an ounce, $35 an ounce, these coins sold for basically the same price as a full ounce of silver. And so they had like a numismatic or semi-numismatic collector value to go with the value of the silver. And the premiums on these coins have basically disappeared. I've gotten these for anywhere from melt value to $2 or $3 an ounce under melt value. And so there again, I had never bought them before. I knew they were always a very popular, recognizable type of silver coin to buy. They just weren't for me when they had such a high premium. But now I can add some to my stack since I didn't have any before, and I think it's a good value to do so right now. Some of the world silver, this is 0.75 ounces. I got it for melt value, and yeah, anytime you can get some silver for melt value, it can't be that bad. And then real quick, I did a short video about this, but I got this cool vintage bar from Canada. I've never seen it before, so I just wanted to share it with you. It says Argent Fin in the top right corner. It's made by the Royal Canadian Mint. You can see in the center there, Royal Canadian Mint. And on the back, it's got their logo as well. So this is a kind of rare vintage bar. I had never seen it before, ever. And I was able to buy this in the generic 1 ounce bar section for, I think it was roughly $5 an ounce over spot. And this is pretty cool. A lot of the recent eBay sales are, considerably over spot. So fun to find something kind of maybe a little bit rare and pay the generic price for it. But yeah, main focus of the video today, then Morgan and the Peace dollars, 90% silver. In my opinion, if you don't have any, it might be a good time to add some because the premiums are so low. Let me know what you guys think though. Let me know what kind of premiums you're seeing out there, if you think it's a good buy right now. And if you like the videos, we're over 200 subscribers right now. So thank you so much. We're over 200 subscribers. If you like the videos, please subscribe. Trying to get that up. If you like hearing about gold and silver, please subscribe. And I really thank you all for watching.